We shall now move into Malaysiana, Stories of Spectacular Malaysians. To introduce the speakers for this session, please welcome Edmund Goh, Vice President of Research at Khazanah. Over to you, Edmund.
Thank you, Shakira. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this year's Malaysiana session. For the next 95 minutes, we will hear from 6 spectacular Malaysians about their journey and their work in creating valuable impact and to inspire change in our country. So sit back and pay attention, because our first speaker will order you to stand on the chair if you're caught sleeping during her session. Just joking. Our first speaker believes that educators' mission is to equip their students with the skills to confidently face challenges beyond their school years. A secondary school chemistry teacher in Tenom, Sabah, she is also the founder of the Tenom Innovation Center, which is a makerspace where students and teachers come together to learn coding and create robotics. Her efforts in equipping her students with digital skills led her to winning the inaugural Malaysia Teacher Prize in 2022, and the prize money has given her the opportunity to set up innovation centers in other schools in interior Sabah. Here to speak to us about empowering rural innovators and bridging the digital divide through STEM education, please join me to welcome Anuthra Sirisena.
Hello, everyone. It's really not easy when you ask a teacher to speak only 18 minutes. But I'll try my very best to be within the time, because the shortest time we ever teach our students is 30 minutes. Anyway, today I am Cikgu Anuthra. So I am a chemistry teacher by major, but I fell in love with programming and robotics about 6 years ago. And I am here today to share with you a little bit of what we in Tenom Innovation Center do. And the whole experience of lifting and empowering young people, which I believe is very much in line with the conference theme today. Right. Let us look at what is Tenom anyway. Where is Tenom anyway? Yeah, I know a lot of people know we are in Malaysia. But then Tenom is a small district located at the interior division of Sabah, with a population approximately 60,000. I selected 3 pictures for you to have a look, because the first one depicts that Tenom is known for its coffee, right? The Robusta roast. So if you ever had Tenom coffee, you'll probably relate to what I'm trying to say. The second picture is the train. We still have that running train, the very anti-running train. And why do I choose this picture? Because there are schools that can only be accessed through train rides. And it was one of the challenges we have to face when we want to do programmings and robotic outreach. And the third picture is the Sabah Agriculture Park, which is located 15 kilometers away from the Tenom town. And I like to share this because our students worked with the botanists, and we came up with a QR code identification of orchid species. And this was our community project prior to the pandemic. Right. Having said a little bit about Tenom, so now I would like to share with you what inspired this entire journey. I'm a chemistry teacher. I'm earning monthly, like the guru 25th punya tarikh, okay, waiting for the salary. But then again, the experiences we work with kids by coming up with programs and giving opportunity to these kids. We have students in 2023 telling us that it's their first experience with the mouse and keyboard. We are talking about kids in 2023 having no opportunity to use English. And we have kids in 2023 telling us that this is like a fun learning environment. When we are listening to people saying kids are dropping out of school. So these are some of the things that I really think we should bring the focus to. And this is why the many issues that we often hear, like kids not having enough exposure to technology, the kids are afraid of STEM education, especially mathematics, and teachers are not skilled enough to teach, and society itself, because we come from the rural community, and a lot of time the exposure to STEM education, technology is not so where it's supposed to be. Right. Having thinking about all this, we realize that we have to take action. We can stop, wait for help to come. Yes, there are many initiatives. However, it will not be able to reach everyone. So that is when the importance of taking action and doing something. So that is how we came with TIC. Project TIC was born in 2018. We actually started talking about it 2017 when I was forced volunteered to a program under the HubSeng, which is the Internet of Things, Train the Teacher. So as a chemistry teacher, I had my first taste of programming in 2017. The model is simple. You learn programming, you go back, teach the kids, and go for competition. And I believe a lot of educators fall into the same format until today. However, we realized that we could do that or we can go a little bit further. We saw that students can do more, not just for competition. Learning shouldn't be just to obtain medals and rank, but it should be the journey of enjoying the learning itself, because the journey itself brings so much value in creating that capacity to the kids we are producing each year. These are the team of people we work with. At the beginning, it was just me, and then getting these two teachers, younger than me, like trying to poison them to try something I don't know what it is about. So we together, being blur, yet taking up the courage to take the first step. And today, we are a group of at least 14 educators and officers. And our work mainly focuses on providing exposure. In the rural community, you can talk about AI, you can talk about whatever latest technology out there, but it doesn't make sense to them because they don't know the ABC of it. It's very important to provide exposure, and seeing is believing. Therefore, it's very important to give these kids that opportunity so their parents can see, the community can see, and start to believe in the value STEM education brings to them. We work a lot about empowering students, so everything I'm sharing from now onwards about TIC, please bear in mind it is not me doing the training or my friends, but it's the students in the secondary school. We empower secondary school students to carry out trainings, programming, coding for teachers, officers, primary school students, and practically anyone who's interested to start and learn. So, why do we have to take this outreach program and put so much of effort and work with these kids? Tenom is a small district, as I started just now my presentation with. But some near schools are actually an hour plus away from the town center. And some schools are as far as 4 hours within the district. And having this really challenging time and distance and geographical location, oftentimes we are left behind. So creating opportunity was the only way we could move forward. I selected these 3 pictures because this is the pictures taken when we were in Pensiangan. It's one of the districts in the interior, and the picture's a little bit dark, right? Because we were doing coding and programming when there's blackout. Irony, isn't it? So we are talking about we don't have access to technology, but the basic infrastructures are actually missing. So a lot of time we say we cannot do it. We don't have the device. We don't have electricity. We don't have internet. So oftentimes these kids are neglected from the opportunity to learn. So what we do, we go creative. We try our best to think about how can we go with option B, option C. So today, when we carry out outreaches, we are ready. Battery fully charged, modules printed. I know we want to go green. We want to have all that electronic documents. It doesn't work in rural communities, right? So we always have that plan B and plan C to ensure that such training and sharing could happen at every time, despite all these challenges. What are the things we have seen when we have Tenom Innovation Center? The model was very simple. It was for Tenom. It's a district for Tenom. We wanted the kids in the B40 community, rural communities, to have a taste of what technology is, STEM education is, innovation is, computational thinking is. We see amazing growth among the students. We see that the secondary school students starting to own up to their learning. The primary school students are inspired by the brothers and sisters. And we also start to see that parents are starting to learn, to understand about the world their kids are living in from their children. Because that's the only way we could touch the parents. That's the only way we could convince the parents to allow their children to do data science, to allow their kids to actually pursue in computational career. Second, we also see a lot of upskilling. We do a lot of upskilling. And how do we do it? Because we don't really earn money, right? We hope for, funders or any kind of projects that people want us to execute, then we are able to do, or most of the time we try to do it FOC, free of charge, right? So upskilling has, been a massive agenda in Tenom Innovation Center with the primary school mainly, because we believe that when primary schools students are exposed, then when they come to the secondary school, chances of them leaving school is lower. And chances of them to actually pursue STEM education is way more higher. And of course, not forgetting upskilling the teachers as well. And we do this in collaboration with the district office, and we do this quite often. And lastly, the biggest thing that we really, really want with Tenom Innovation Center is to empower. Empower everyone so they know that what they want, what they learn. So when we started, we have this one vague dream of wanting everyone to get opportunity. We don't know actually how far we're going to go with this. But when our students and the community are so empowered, they start to tell us what they want. They start to pave ways to the kind of learning they're interested in. So we started having more. We started with Arduino, we started with M-blocks, like block programming. Then we go into text programming, and then we give some microcontrollers, and we have expanded to drones and Raspberry Pi. We are starting to do this for every level. There's no longer like primary school students learn only this. No. Because everyone have different interests and pace at learning. So we cater to that, and we empower this whole community. So to get community buy-ins and to show them, seeing is believing, right? So we always have our annual Makers Fair. We started in 2018. It was only 12 schools. We have a total of 52 schools, yeah? So 12 schools in Tenom, and we slowly progress every year, adding more and more and more, until last year, we were managed to have 100% of the schools in the fair. And this was thanks to Yayasan Khazanah grant that we actually managed to digitize all the schools in the primary schools in Tenom. And this year, what happened was we actually took it one step further. When we were doing outreach and sharing, we realized that it cannot be confined to just Tenom community. Yes, it's rural, but we also have neighboring rural districts who are also, very much interested in what we are doing. But we can't be doing everything, right? So the only way we could do this is to empower the community to do it for themselves. And we started with bringing together 4 districts in the interior division to a Makers Fair, getting all these kids to do innovation, show people, bring them together and show what the kids are capable of doing. That's the only way we could convince them. And these are some of the things that we have successfully done all this while. We make sure that all the students are given this opportunity, and we have trained more than 200 teachers. The number is expanding, more than 1,000 students. I think now we have doubled that number easily. And we have also trained successfully at least 40 experts, and these experts are secondary school students. And this year, after winning the Malaysian Teacher Prize last year, I realized that, okay, I don't have money, but I got the winning money prize. Why not share with them what I have? Because I see the journey of creating a makerspace has such an impact. Therefore, building more similar makerspaces may seem like a grand idea, very expensive. It's actually not. because you do not focus so much on how much tech you bring in, but it's about the people and what you share in that space. So I tried to call up some of my seniors who started Tenem Innovation Center with me. These students are now in the universities. I was just interested to know what they think, how TIC has played a role in their life. And it was really interesting to read through what they think about the impact TIC has made. Not so much only on skill, but values. And these are the values people are looking for in the market. And we have successfully built that because of the opportunity they get. Especially Brenda is the girl that only started coding in Form 5, and she's doing data science third year. She fell in love because the opportunity given to her. So I believe that this opportunity should be given to more, and the culture of coming back and sharing becomes the culture of empowering the community. So this is how the sustainability works. This is how these kids are able now to scale further and build capacity of their community regardless where they are. So some of the hope and dream of these kids are actually to continue similar initiatives, to expand further, and to share. So I would really, really like to bring everyone's attention to the fact that these kids are thinking about sharing such a wonderful, heartwarming experience for me to read through that notes, because it really tells me that I've done my job. Right. So the model of our makerspace is very simple. You do not start with what should be in a makerspace. It's not about 10,000, 20,000 parked there to create a makerspace. But it's more about having a group of people who are passionate enough to start this mission. So when they have this shared mission, shared goals, they're very clear of what they want to do for other people, then you have this community to invest in them. Right. So the end goals we have achieved is student empowerment. We see kids taking up career in STEM, difficult courses, obtaining scholarships. And then we see teachers are empowered to start their own community, champion their own community. And the community empowerment itself is evident when they support the little maker spaces that we have created along the way. Right. So in the end of the day, the very important message that I would like to share with everyone through the journey myself and the team have been with is that to create that whole ecosystem may sound a little bit daunting for teachers like us. We, as a teacher, we can do so much. So imagine if the force, we share the CSR initiative by NGOs or organizations similar. A lot of time, these organizations do have plenty of outreach programs, but they are limited to accessible places and districts. So it's very, very important to also look at the opportunity to collaborate with similar small maker spaces like us so that we could execute it for you. And in the end of the day, for us to be part of this maker movement, we can be in any way. We could share your expertise, probably capacity built with us, or resources. It not necessarily has to be monetary. And we really, really think that the support coming from everyone will definitely bridge the gap in the digitalized world, also in STEM education. That is such a huge, huge pain for us in education. So lastly, I would like to say, we believe that single step definitely brings you to where I am today. When I started, I have no idea I'll be speaking here today, and I believe bringing the kids from the rural area to you is one opportunity that every teacher should be given, and everyone in the community should be supported. With that, thank you.